Everything's got
I
a
just
Junji
want to
Ito
feel
vibe.
like it's Junji Ito up in this bitch. Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I do like Junji Ito. I
Yeah,
do be
it's-
liking his stuff.
That's our goal, is to make our
Uzumaki's a
house
banger.
creepy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
love Uzumaki.
Wait, your goal is to make the house creepy?
Oh yeah, way creepy.
Oh yeah, like very uncomfortable. Like I want to make like white Republican horse girls like leave our house
Again.
again for the second time. We had somebody straight up like get up and leave our house. She was so uncomfortable.
All right, let's talk about the story about that. What happened there? Like, what was the context of having her over? Was she with someone, or was she like someone you know and you wanted to come over? Or?
Yeah, so his friend Bob,
My former editor, Pulitzer
Pulitzer
Prize
Prize
winning
winning.
Bob Strictly.
previously Twitter verified, not anymore.
Well, I don't know. He might still be Twitter
He
verified.
could play the Twitter blue and just get the blue check back.
It's not.
It's not the
the
official check. It's
same.
not the official check, but it's
Yeah.
a check.
I think he still has
It's
like the
Elon's
gold.
money check.
Oh, he's got gold.
I think he does. I don't know if he even Twitters anymore.
Who knows?
I don't know what Bob does. He's getting married.
He just bobbing.
Anyways,
He's just bobbing about.
Yeah,
he's
he doing
a
Bob shit.
normal man, just a straight
dog,
up
Crowley.
normal guy.
Look at that beautiful sit. He observes all the cables too. What a sweet little bear. So Bob Strictly.
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
normal guy, and he's
Mhm.
got his brother over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his brother is like going to be a dermatologist. I think he's already a doctor in residency out of WashU.
Sure.
Yeah.
And his fiance was over, and I was like,
Yeah, well, we didn't really know like what the fiance's vibe was. Like, we were just like, chilling at our house, and they like kind of came over, and we were not like prepared for company, so it was like chaos zone. And she comes in and sits down, and we're talking about all our taxidermy and all our weird shit, and
we're getting real high.
Yeah.
I think it was the getting high that freaked
Well,
her out.
yeah,
She's from
'cause
Well, that is the
Kentucky.
scariest thing to a Republican.
I don't know if
True.
she's even a Republican.
Well,
She's from Kentucky, I guess.
Before we
She's
lit the
definitely a
J,
Republican.
we were talking about threesomes.
Oh yeah, they hated that.
So it could have been the threesomes or the joint. You don't know
Or
which
the
one.
dead animals everywhere. Like just things that normal people would be like, "Whoa, what are you talking about in this house?"
Republicans are pretty chill with dead animals.
I mean, if you also like look at like that guy, what was his name? The one that ran the coup, basically. The guy who looks like if the penguin was stretched out.
Excuse me?
The guy, the fellow, the Roger, maybe is his name.
Roger Klotz from Doug?
No, no, but she looks like if Roger Klotz and Spinelli had a kid.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
All
that's her
right.
whole
Love child.
What a
No,
weird
what is that?
Nickelodeon Disney crossover.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wait. Yeah. Didn't they both end up on Disney?
no,
Doug's a Disney property now.
Doug's a Disney property now.
Yeah. So is Recess. They're both Disney properties.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Doug's a Disney property.
No, no
Look it
shot.
up. No.
No shot.
You
Doug
have
is
to
on
look it
Disney
up.
Plus. There's no way.
I guarantee you, Doug's a Disney property.
I think we're smoking weed.
I am smoking weed, but I also remember Doug's a Disney property.
I think you can also get up a little farther on the mic just to let you know. You're good, but you're.
Oh yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
I
get
like
it.
I like the
Like that?
warmth. I prefer the warmth.
I'm gonna like come back
That's
here with
perfect.
it.
Hey,
There
do
we
what you
go.
got to do to get cozy.
Yeah,
brother.
so now I'm like chill and sitting in my Zen
Doug
pose.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Doug is a Disney property.
Shut up! It is.
I knew it, dude.
Why is Doug a Disney property?
Because Disney's a Leviathan.
I mean, it is.
Coming to and I mean, yeah, like Nickelodeon's like what
First you came
Viacom.
for fucking Marvel, then you came for Star Wars. Now you take Doug. Damn it!
well, they took Rocky Horror too.
I can see that.
Does that mean Tim Curry's a Disney princess?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dr.
Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yeah,
Frankenfurter.
Dr. Frankenfurter and Belle from Beauty and the Beast just hanging out in the castle.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can
Maidens of
see them
Disney.
being into
I
that
would
kind
love
of...
to see Belle's sexual awakening.
Yeah,
It's just furry porn.
Oh,
dude.
stop.
yeah. Like
That's
honestly,
fucked
I was
up.
gonna say you just type that in and you're gonna get a weird batch
Yeah,
of
rule
like.
40.
You're gonna get what happens whenever horse girls do
Uh,
DMT and start making hentai.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Just hentai.
yeah.
It's
That's-
just
that's
hentai.
just-
You know,
hentai.
it's
Gonna-
Disney property hentai, which is when they're gonna start coming for hentai.
You know, we should talk about the more problematic thing, which is just Disney adults.
Oh,
Yeah, they're a little scary, but
Yeah.
that's see, I think the same thing about Disney adults as I do horse girls and as they think about gay people, where it's like, I don't care about you, you just do that over there.
I don't want to see it.
Like I don't want to see it, but like you do you. You just go do you
I
know.
can't even find audible laughter right now because it's so fucked up. Damn.
Yeah, it's just like
I mean,
Man.
you're not far off.
If
but-
you want a pilgrimage to the Disney Magic Kingdom like it's Mecca and circle around Donald Duck inside of a black cube, then do you, man. I don't know what happens to Disney World or Disneyland. There's two of them, right? And there's like Euro Disney in France.
There's Chinese Disney, I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, of course there's Chinese Disney. It just doesn't have Winnie the Pooh.
You mean Xi Jinping?
Exactly. They're the same guy. You'll never see him in the same place. They made sure of it.
And with that, we're gonna say welcome to the 1 to 10 podcast. Hello. Yeah, that was the intro.
Oh,
No,
cool.
we have my cousin Cory here and his lovely fiance. Correct? You guys are engaged
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
I got
like,
a McDonald's ring.
Yeah, I gave her a
Gang
McDonald's.
shit.
Well, it's the class ring from Hamburger University. There was only like 106 of them made.
I'm a
the
graduate.
That is
70s.
actually better than a diamond ring.
Oh, it's made out
Oh,
of
yeah.
sterling silver and ice cream machines.
Yeah.
Recycled ice cream machines.
Yeah, that's why they don't work.
Uh-huh.
Because they're on my ring.
Damn.
Exactly.
Okay.
I got this thing for $20 at a flea market. It's worth like 150.
That's pretty insane all the way through.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And then I said, "Will you
True love.
marry me?"
And I said, yes.
Did you guys
McYes,
get
about-
chickens to celebrate too?
No, I don't eat that food. That food's trash.
On an
Never
occasion,
mind.
Macca's does hit. Let's be real.
I do have one of those four-eyed grimace toys, though.
You from the adult Happy Meals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my friend brought it over.
I have friends who collected those.
Really? Somebody told me
Yeah,
it's
they were,
worth
like, all about
money.
it. Yeah.
Really?
Well, just like I think it was like famous designers helped collaborate to make the toys.
Oh, wild! Sounds like a Coachella level sellout to me.
Bingo.
But yeah, no, I put it in front of this lapis lazuli obelisk on top
Mhm.
of a cow skull,
Mhm.
so it looks like it's worshiping the old gods, which Grimace is of the old gods.
Yeah, he's also evading taxes.
Now, when
Yes.
you say, wait, hang on. Okay, if I type tax fugitive in, I know who's coming up. It's not Grimace. Yet. We're about to change that narrative.
Yeah, Grimace is a milkshake thief first and foremost.
Grimace is a tax evader and a murderer.
Well, I'm also pretty sure he's a pagan symbol of fertility.
Oh man. Okay.
I
Okay.
believe it.
So
I
being an
believe
old
it.
god and a pagan fertility symbol, like that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I can
Yeah.
see that.
yeah. McDonald's borrowed from the old archetypes.
A
the ones that live
murderer,
in our bones.
I can see also just through advertising dollars, how people have probably died from eating too much McDonald's, and Grimace's power in those advertising dollars.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's a murderer also in there somehow. If you want to go more, hands on too. But a tax evader, I don't know. I feel like Grimace has his books together. He's not cooking them.
I don't know. I don't
No,
think Grimace
Grimace-
knows how to do taxes.
No, all of
He
their
doesn't
accountants.
need to. He has money. He can pay someone to do taxes.
They all just pay the hamburglar.
Which is why
Now
he's
that guy
on
is
the
a
line
tax
for-
evader. That guy.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is more of like a scandal that's going to come out one day about how none of them pay taxes, but all because they trusted the Hamburglar too much.
Yeah, the last time
Yeah.
Hamburglar's been seen by anybody was on John McAfee's yacht outside the Bahamas.
We don't talk about that hammock.
And he was cellmate with Jeff Epstein too.
Yeah, no, Hamburglar's been in a lot of precarious positions.
Him and
But
Joe
the-
Exotic.
Oh my god. See, I think that the Grimace originally started his life as a saturated fat. And now McDonald's is about to like go broke and make him a trans fat. That was a bad joke. That was
Nah.
a bad
No,
joke
it's
about
It
not-
Grimace.
wasn't that bad.
Grimace doesn't have a gender. I want that to be known.
True.
All pronouns work for the Grimace.
Well, hang on a minute. Did we not visit Grimace's home planet during those like '90s VHS tape home runs? That's,
Oh, the one where like he has that Irish uncle
yeah.
that was in the IRA.
That's the one.
Uncle like McShamrock Shake or some shit. No, like for
Oh,
real, he was
okay.
out there.
There is a 5-movie set of lore for us to consume here and consider. I'm
Yeah,
just
and,
saying.
and
There-
one
there
point
is.
Grimace
I'm
says, "Come
not-
on out, ye black and tans. Come on and fight me like a man."
He did not say that. For the record.
He did not.
I'm pretty sure Shamrock Shank Uncle said like up
Shank
the raw.
Uncle.
Shamrock Shake Uncle
No,
said up the raw.
Shamrock Shank all the way.
Okay, yeah, because he will stab.
Yeah.
Like if you come from a whole planet of grimaces, like what if it's like a parallel universe where everyone's a grimace, but the IRA and the troubles still occurred?
Does Ronald McDonald then come from a planet of all clowns?
No, Ronald McDonald is a class trader who sold out the raw to the Unionists.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, McDonald, it shows that he has heritage from like Gaelic origins, which means he sold out his people to become a big hamburger billionaire. That motherfucker left Derry and went to London. Mhm.
Fucking Northerners. Oh
Hate it.
God. That's good.
Exactly.
Well, sometimes the script writes itself. You know, I did.
He drew a mixed sarsen through your garden last night.
Also raw.
That one hurt. That one hurt me. inside.
Tabitha knows all the words to all the Irish songs, despite
yeah.
only having one Irish ancestor.
Oh, I got one.
She
I
does-
found her.
yeah.
I
That's enough.
did the genealogy work. I dug her up.
I mean, if you dig far enough to not appropriate culture, I think you're allowed to like
yeah.
really celebrate it. Then once you found it,
Oh.
you're in.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's my pass.
I mean, if you look at the side that we share, it's like real wildly colonizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Well, 'cause-
she found one of Grandpa's great grandpa. So
Okay.
your great grandpa, my grandpa,
Yep.
his great grandpa had 4 wives.
Yep. All within like a 12 to 15-year time span.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And-
like rapid succession. 2 of them were named Mary, different Marys.
Mm-hmm. And they traded actually. Like one of them like left for his brother's wife.
Mm.
Like he
Like,
went for
couple
his
swapped?
brother's wife, like just full on.
Hey, you try this one out because this ain't working. for us. This just doesn't happen. I think the Mary thing is more just indicative of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was named Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if
You
you're
gotta
gonna like
marry Elizabeth and
Ugh, just all of them.
a Mildred, you have to have
Ooh,
at
you
least
need a
one
good-
Mildred.
Does a
in the
Mildred
pot.
fuck?
No.
a good Esther.
I bet you did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once or
Mildred
twice
did.
just to have kids.
Nah.
Out
I
on the
feel like
prairie.
Mildred's a witchy
swinging
woman's
some-
name.
Yeah.
Really?
She's getting accused
Mildred's
part,
just
part
a
of the
little bit
Inquisition,
weak.
baby. That's what a Mildred's up to.
Absolutely.
She's dealing with some shit.
If somebody's name was Goody,
All because
though,
she's just a little bit of a witchy woman, just like kind of, cool for the 1860s.
You're just bringing up Goody because we watched Wednesday.
no, I'm bringing it up because I couldn't remember all the characters' name in Holes. I saw Holes for the first time last
No,
night.
I made him watch it. I was like, we're watching.
You
Holes.
haven't seen Holes before?
I have hole digging trauma.
Yeah, he
Do you know how many ditches I had to dig on the family land?
You have to go dig them holes. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to watch movies
Yeah.
about digging
So
holes.
here's the thing: you definitely have way worse than I did, but
Uh-huh.
like I definitely had some hole digging drama there too.
Exactly.
And that movie is therapeutic and cathartic after. A
Oh
certain
yeah,
point.
It's
no,
about
she was right.
breaking generational trauma.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
Yup.
Break the curse.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Madam Zabroni ain't got shit on me.
Yup.
I feel like I've broken a lot of curses, but also created new ones.
What's your ratio? Like
Oh,
curse breaking to
shit.
curse creating.
I think I've broken 3 curses for every curse I've created.
I was gonna give you a 2 to 1.
Yeah, I
if I'm
think it's a
being
3 to
honest.
1. I've become a better
We'll
wizard
settle on
lately.
we'll settle on a 2.5.
I'll give that. Yeah, 2.5 seems fair. It's
Yeah,
a very.
I'll
'cause
agree with that.
I've cursed a lot of things.
You're a good warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Ah,
I'm a chaotic
I've
neutral
seen your
chaos
cult
worker.
buzz.
Yeah, I've created real. No,
You're a
shit,
bad
you're
person.
not. She saw
Oh
something
no,
I
don't-
created.
I don't like whatever that was.
Yeah, it had yellow eyes. It was.
I never saw its eyes, but I did see the shadows move in ways they weren't supposed to.
all the
like-
time. It's
Like, and I'm a
great.
pretty like I like
doesn't believe
witchy
in shit.
stuff, but I'm like very skeptical if I can find another rational explanation for
She
something.
cosplays
You
as
and most
a mystic.
human beings.
Yeah, like I'm just like
It's not cosplaying. It's called like grounding yourself in a sense of reality.
Mhm,
And then
just 'cause
from
I'm
there,
not balls
suspending
Sounds
your
like that
disbelief.
shit's for chumps, dude.
All right, listen.
Reality is whatever you make it. It's all just an illusion. We're on a turtle's back being dreamt by
Oh,
a fart.
Baba.
Oh, you're going on with the giant cosmic turtle belief.
Yup. Turtles
That's
on
the one-
turtles on turtles.
You know,
dude.
I'm gonna tell you this. I thought you were better than that. I thought you'd come up with a better one than something else like that bullshit.
I'm sorry, I'm a Hindu supremacist. It's turtles all the way down. The Brahmin is
Oops,
created.
all
You
of
know who else
turtles.
said that? You know who said it's turtles all the way down? The guy who created Ninja Turtles.
Really?
He's sitting there. Well, think about it. He's sitting there naming fucking Renaissance artists, but he's like, but they're all turtles all the way down.
Exactly.
way.
No, he's right.
Except for the rat who leads them all.
Well, the rats will lead all of us someday.
So
Oh, yeah.
the rat leading the turtle.
I mean, our
Rats.
entire ecosystem is based on the fact we brought rats everywhere.
What do you think a slow sign is on a speed bar? A turtle.
A what?
On a gauge for like a lawnmower or something.
Yeah.
A turtle or a
Oh.
hair, right?
Yeah,
You use a turtle. It's all turtles.
all turtle.
All the way down.
All the
you
way
just
down.
slow down
Yep.
reality.
It's all
and
turtles all the way down.
turtles.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I like that. That's a good thing.
I'm not a fan of what you're saying right now.
I recently saw the Ninja Turtles fight Batman at this guy named Loveboat's house.
Oh God,
It was good.
You're still hanging out with Love Boat.
I love
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Boat. Love Boat's great.
Yeah, I have to remember that the arc has taken many turns over.
Oh yeah,
years.
yeah. You were there whenever I was doing the crunches.
I was
on
there.
Trucker pills.
I was there the day you were like, I'm gonna blow up the whole local music scene. I'm gonna explode all of it because I can. And I'm just like, maybe you shouldn't just because you can. A benevolent
Oh.
God does not always just destroy because they can destroy.
In my defense, I was railing Trucker pills that week.
Yeah, the Chinese gas station speed was not okay.
No.
Oh yeah,
no.
I was burning both ends of my manic candle, and I was doing a lot of trucker speed.
Yeah,
Not surprised.
but it's
Love
alright.
doing like you just go to the gas station, you buy those Rhino pills that are supposed to make your dick hard or whatever, but they're not full of that usually. They're full of like weird trucker
So let me tell
speeds.
you this: you say this whole thing of you go to the gas station, you buy these pills. You're skipping the step or not. You're realizing that like 99.5% of all people probably don't buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you, and then like the weird old guys who are trying to get their dick heard because it don't work no more,
Yeah.
and they don't want to come to terms with their reality of life.
Yeah. See, I wanted
You're
to
just
go
like, I want to
fast.
see what happens.
I just wanted to go fast, and I went real fast. And then
Bro, play Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right.
Like,
well, after that though, I had this party where I used the rest of the trucker speed I bought,
okay.
and I mixed all the Four Loko flavors in a crystal punch bowl, added all the trucker speed, and then I just smashed up a kiwi and threw it in there. And we called it Four Loko Prime.
That's not what that is.
Yeah.
That's
It
the-
tasted so bad, and we
You're-
served it fancy out of blue crystal.
And that's why you're responsible for multiple teenage deaths.
That's
Damn,
not
that
why.
There's a lawsuit.
Well, okay.
I'm not
All right.
allowed to talk about who did what there, but I will say that I did witness a few people snort caviar. Just straight up off a plastic spoon.
I just
snort
have so many
caviar.
questions about your river town sometimes. Like, why and who would do this? And
Altonians.
The answer is drugs.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
a
but like-
lot of us were on acid, and that was whenever Chris pulled that giant knife
Oh,
and
is
put
that
it
the same
right on
knife?
my eye. Yeah, there was a giant combat knife right against my eye almost. Like I could see the tip of it, and this whole room just started chanting "Kill Cory, kill Cory." And I was like, I was into it. I thought it was kind of funny, and
I mean, when
Then
you
the-
start going emo dip, when the Temple of Doom is happening, it's very exciting.
oh,
Yeah.
it's great. It gets your heart pounding, and then Love Boat.
like,
takes
it's like
this-
you're gonna die, but you never felt more alive.
Yes. He takes this giant boot, and it's a boot made of buttons on this felt canvas.
Okay.
And it's just buttons sewed into this felt canvas in the shape of a boot. And I said one of my my mom's determined godmother of me was Crackhead Debbie, who had one leg.
Shout out Crackhead Debbie.
Yeah, she's dead.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Shout out.
R.I.P. Shout out
Yeah, rest in
Crackhead
power.
Debbie.
Oh,
You
we
were
still got to get her leg back from the
no,
government.
no. The government did repossess her leg. Me and Uncle D tried to take it. Anyways,
That's the most interesting part of the story. Go on.
oh no, it's not. Anyways, they break this button boot over my head to like snap everyone out of like the death chant. It was great. I now know what it's like to be an Aztec virgin. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
Sorry, I have to smoke weed about it right now. 'cause
Oh
this is
yeah,
just-
can I smoke a little weed
Yeah,
about it? 'Cause,
absolutely,
like
man.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it was
It's wrecking this
traumatic.
state now.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
tight?
It's the only reason I stepped foot in Missouri. I hate your state. Your state annoys me.
Nah, see, now we're better than you, and now you hate that.
Mm-mm.
We have
we got abortion, bitch.
okay, that is true, and I will say you guys do not have the draconian level of issues that we have with that, and we have
Our
talked
roads
about
are
it on the
better
pod.
too.
No,
Yeah, they are. I drive Illinois roads all the time, every single day, for
brother. In my
miles.
experience, your roads in the more rural areas are so much more.
Oh, we're talking
mismanaged.
back roads. Yeah, we don't
Oh.
Yeah,
talk about
your
back
main
roads.
No.
your main roads are.
Oh,
way,
the interstates
okay,
are amazing.
your interstates and your main roads are much better than ours in
Yeah.
general quality.
Oh, absolutely.
But your back roads are dog water,
Oh, yes.
and ours are actually fucking drivable.
Yeah, see, there is a big difference there. Like even whenever we're going
And
down
since
to
both of
float
our
trips,
states seem to
Yeah.
mirror each other in a lot of not mirror, but like have a lot of similarities. Like they're Chicago's a very vastly different city than St. Louis.
Oh,
Obviously.
absolutely.
Not going to disagree with that whatsoever. But as far as it comes, like geographically, like totality of state, right? It's mostly rural area,
Yep.
so a lot of those things really reflect and mirror each other.
I don't know. I feel like Illinois has something Missouri doesn't, which is like every 10 feet you just run into a moderately sized city. Illinois, I feel like, has more cities between like 20,000 and like 100,000 than almost any state I've been to. Maybe Ohio has a lot of that too, though. But like See, like, because a lot of places you get a lot of bigger cities, or like you get like no big cities at all. But Illinois, you get Bloomington, Normal, Aurora, Joliet, like all these weird little shit towns, Peoria, Springfield, Belleville, just between like
Champaign,
20,000.
Urbana.
Yeah, all
I
good
zoned
places.
out, and I'm like, are we just listing?
We are listing all the cities in Illinois.
Here's all the ones I know that have a decent population size.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you get a lot of
But
that
don't
in
go to Wood
Illinois.
River.
No.
Hey, I have a soft spot for Wood River because
Nah,
it's so
I
shitty.
made this joke one time at my day job about like Wood River, and I was like talking about the story of the time we went to that city council meeting where the basketball.
No,
got
that was
taken down.
Calhoun.
Was that Calhoun?
That was Calhoun.
Well, either way, I made a joke about Wood River, and I was like, "Yeah, don't go to Wood River; it's a bad place." And the one guy, like who I work with, who's like this, he's like 6'8", super skinny, super tall. His name's Caleb, and Caleb just goes, "I live there," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "You're right." It was that simple. And I was like, "All right, cool, man. Thank
See,
you."
like Wood River is the place where people tell you not to go if like you've only had a cursory examination of the area.
Sure.
You know a local if they're like, hey, you shouldn't go to South Roxana, man. That's a place.
Yeah.
That's because we door knocked. We did political door knocking for Democrats, which
Okay.
is hilarious.
For
My
the
favorite
libs.
part of that was when I stopped. We were like walking the whole distance and everything,
Mhm.
and we stopped to like drink some water in front of this abandoned house. Because I'm like, okay, you stop in front of some people's house, they'll come out and see why you're standing outside.
Yeah.
So it was like abandoned house.
It was
perfect
obviously
place.
obviously abandoned.
Like it was
There was no
definitely
door and
abandoned.
shit. It was wild.
So I'm taking a drink, and all of a sudden, this man comes up to the
Just
door, and
emerges.
he like, "What are you doing?"
He's imposing. He's got the head of Lurch from like the Addams Family, but like the body of like a stretched out Twizzler. The man was insane looking.
just all like wild eyed, and I was like,
A
"Oh,
chewy or a regular Twizzler?
Oh,
Or a pull and peel?
pull and peel.
definitely."
That was the answer. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
for sure. It's like if string cheese was chewy and chemically.
It is.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like even
it's
more
ultra
so.
processed. What do you mean?
Everything under Roxana is benzene. The
Hmm,
whole town is just benzene.
I see.
You can't even really grow a garden there. It's crazy.
We do have like a nuclear waste dump issue that's like not far from where I work right now,
Oh yeah, where's that at? But
over in like
right-
Hazelwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like what's the creek called? Like Coldwater Creek or something.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. Like if you look at
is.
it,
It can affect lives not very long from now, multiple generations from now. Like
Oh, they found
it's
some
gonna
under,
be
like-
serious issues.
they found some under the playing fields in Hazelwood.
Yeah, man. It shuts you down. It's
Yeah.
bad, man.
It's crazy, and also
Yup.
like that's not counting like all the chemical tests that
Yup.
were done in St. Louis in the 60s
Yup.
and 70s.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Crew
you're
and
telling me, dude.
Igo. What are those called? Like the places where the Superfund sites that the EPA sets up. One of them is in Sauget because of an aluminum. They had
Okay.
like an aluminum facility, and the ground's so toxic there, it's like next level shitty. So they call it like the Superfund site or
Huh.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked as a green energy advocate for a while.
I see.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Just absolutely soul crushing.
We're all gonna die.
I mean, well, that level of nihilism is just true. That's a truth here on the 1 to 10 podcast. We don't really back away from the acceptance of and the grief of death. You know,
Yeah, I mean, you could go Nietzsche or you could go Camus.
I just like to go.
We're all gonna die.
forward, you know?
Yeah.
I got a couple topics I always curate for the pod every week. I'm trying to find the ones that are the most relevant to you guys, so that I can actually apply here.
Well, she
Keep
works
us
at a
moving forward.
library, so she's
La
literate.
Biblioteca.
Don't tell people that.
Oh my god, you can't read, but you work at a library. That's pretty easy.
It's not a Missouri library, so no one's gonna burn it down for having genderqueer.
The queers.
Another reason Illinois is
Yeah.
better because they teach LGBTQ history in school.
That shit's badass. Don't get me twisted. And this, yeah, I'll say that is 100%. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna say the state's better. I am
can't
happy about the rec stuff. I will say that, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna reveal. I have more things I'll tell you guys later after recording about why I'm particularly happy. But it's a good step in the right direction. There's more work to be done, but that can only be done by the first steps being completed. What I was impressed with was by how December 6th they had already started accepting applications for comprehensive licenses.
Mm.
So
Ooh.
we're moving in the direction of early February, like February 8th for recreational sale.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
that's a pretty fast turnaround. So
Yeah.
Hopefully Missouri doesn't make the mistake Illinois did.
I mean,
make
our
it
medical's
cost
great.
prohibitive.
no, I totally agree with you. Actually, I've talked about that like several times on the pod already
Mhm.
over the course of the last 40 whatever episodes it is. By the way, guess this is a fun game we do. What number of the episode do you guys think it is?
53.
43.
No, 42 actually. Pretty close.
Darn.
You guys,
That's
you
the
guys-
answer to everything,
it was
isn't it?
good. I mean, that's supposed to be. I think that's
Yeah.
what the Guardians of the Galaxy. Hitchhiker's
Oh,
Guide to
it's-
the Galaxy. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah. Thanks, Jack Black.
I can't wait till I say that to somebody in a really demonic fashion.
I'll dig into that later. No. So, what were we fucking talking about? I don't know.
We're talking about how Illinois is going to be the next state to announce its pronouns as they, them.
No, that's kind of what we were talking about. We were talking about the law differences and the thing you're saying about price prohibition, right?
Yeah. It's cost prohibitive to
Yeah.
sell weed in Illinois legally.
Explain on what you mean by that.
Oh, you have to have like so much shit. Like it's like
Yeah, like the licensing is like
Yeah.
upwards of like I can't remember.
it's
the
just to
exact-
apply for it. It's a
Yeah.
couple
It's very
It's
expensive.
like-
hundred.
Yep.
Well, it's like 50,000, I think, just to apply.
Really?
Yeah, like it's ridiculous.
So there's also like the corporatization of your
Mhm.
state where
Yep.
there's like about 5 major chains that kind of run the whole thing.
Oh yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
corrupt as shit, and I'm pretty sure most of them are
Right.
friends with the governor.
And well, that's the thing. They all kind
Yeah.
of, from what I understand too, they kind of all work together to set the price for everything.
Oh yeah, and
So
it's
that's
way
why-
too high.
It's like like they think an eighth is like 35, right, or something like that.
I know an ounce is like $400 of good shit, unless you're buying shake.
Yeah, at
Right.
the dispensary,
So
Yeah.
so here's the thing. Love that it exists, but Missouri medical is cheaper.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Like by
Yeah,
it's by like $10 to $20 on the product,
Mhm.
depending on what you're buying.
Illinois is going to have to use its pricing cartel to lower prices because Missouri is going to get way too competitive.
Yeah.
We are going to fuck you guys up in that market.
Yeah.
Now
So-
we have we have better, like, this is the whole thing. Like, people who live in Illinois who come to work in Missouri because you get better rates on your taxes for your money you make.
True.
It's been a
Yeah.
multi-generational thing that I've observed from as long as when I was a child coming over to visit the family.
Yep.
Like, that was I knew people who did that in family. I knew people around family members who would say, I have this friend who works in Missouri who does this.
Yep.
It's been that way for at least 30 years, if
But-
not longer.
Our high taxes go to make our interstates better.
Yeah, but what about the schools, Corey? What about the schools?
What about the
Actually,
school?
I was
What about
an
the children?
I was an education reporter for like 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And at the end of it, we actually did restructure the formula of funding schools because the way we were doing it,
Mhm.
a lot of rural communities and so Illinois lost population. Everybody knows that. What people don't realize is a lot of the places that are losing populations are like the rural areas who like kind of vote for the same people who are like, we're losing population because our bad business practices. And it's more along the lines of they're losing population because there's really no future in downstate Illinois. Like, Cairo, Illinois is one of the most tragic places that
Yeah.
anyone could ever imagine.
It's devastating.
Yeah, between its economic devastation, the flooding devastation and shit. So if you fund your schools through property tax rates, which is how most people do it, including Illinois, you're
Okay.
gonna end up with like water polo public schools in Naperville and like barely getting a book in Cairo.
Yeah.
So they restructured that.
Ah,
So now like a lot of the money coming from Chicago gets like surplus down here.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so our schools are getting progressively better.
That's good.
Yeah, I've watched that happen as an education reporter, but our drug epidemic is getting worse. Well, maybe not as much anymore. I think it peaked in like
Opioids, fentanyl, things like that. You're talking about?
okay, so whenever I was a drug reporter, the most abundant cause of death was
Mhm.
mixing fentanyl and meth
Mm.
and like a speedball kind of deal.
Okay.
That sounds horrible, but yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
like that does not sound like a good time.
It's somebody's good time.
Yeah, I like to drink occasionally for like
Uh-huh.
really tasty drinks, and I like to smoke
Yeah.
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
near self-medicating purposes, essentially.
Same.
Yes.
And that's about it. Like, I don't like being incoherent generally.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
changing things up and mixing it up every now and then, doing some other stuff. Psychedelics are cool. If you're
Psychedelics
into
are a
it,
good time.
if you're into it and it's the right mindset. I
Yeah.
think it's a big thing that's never spoken about when people talk about like doing, like, you know, it's cool to say I was doing mushrooms or I was doing acid, right? But no one ever says like, hey, you should only do like not a lot if you're like there. Like you should do what's appropriate and you should do it in the right environment. Because a lot of people who don't do it have that misconception about like that kind of use.
Yeah, well, and it gives it a bad rap.
I think
when
people who don't do drugs in general, which is a lot of people, actually, like
Yeah,
I
it's
think
weird.
they don't perceive it the same way as the users do,
Yeah.
and they perceive it in a different light of like how much they're using.
Mhm.
Like for me, if I were to trip on acid again, which I haven't done in 6 or 7 years, I think it's been for me now. I just don't do psychedelics anymore. I just haven't.
Yeah, I feel like I got everything I needed this one time. I accidentally did a 10 strip while I was drunk.
See, I've never gotten that far, but I did like
Oh.
2.5 of like the strongest I ever did, and that was the day before I got in that fight with Uncle Al.
Oh,
I don't want to
boy.
discuss the discourse of that on the pod right now, but like that
Oh,
was the
yeah.
night
No, I
before
remember
then.
that. That was crazy.
Yeah, so world moving events essentially for me, and like, you know, permanent damage done, which is whatever. And I don't really hold any negativity towards that, but I recognize the recourse of my actions.
I escaped the simulation and I thought I had eaten the dog. It was great. I woke up in a pile of
I just-
blood and piss.
That's okay. I want to touch on that in a second. But I just, you said eat the dog, and I just like, I eat that whole damn dog. It's the first thought I had looking at him. He's so big. He's so big.
It was a wiener
There's so
dog.
It was a
much-
wiener
So
dog.
it
The
would've
dog I
been
thought I'd
hard.
eaten was a wiener
That's
dog.
whatever.
Yeah.
No, that dog's he's
And then
look
her
at
Yeah,
him.
that'd be a
face was
hard
on
He's
his
he's
butt.
cooked right now. He actually, we went to the dog park earlier because we had one in here, and he just ran because it's been, you know, so cold. We don't go out for a very long time, so he's got to get that energy out. And when he did, man, he ran and ran and ran and ran and ran, and it was great. He's a great boy.
I couldn't handle a dog, but that's a good dog.
It's the best time in my life to handle it right now. I'm not getting any younger.
Oh, yeah.
I think about if I was doing this in like 15 years from now and I'm 45, I would be like exhausted because he's a husky.
Yeah.
But right now I'm young enough to where like I have a lot of energy still, mostly at 30, and I have a lot of drive to like do a lot of things. So I work, I do my stream, I make the pod
That's fun.
because I do, not to brag, because Jamie was the one who took the credit, which is just, you know, the Joan Rogan producer guy's name is Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
So we make joke on the pod that Jamie does the edits and all the stuff for us. Jamie does not. I'm Jamie. So I do all the editing and uploading too for the pod.
Oh, nice.
And so between like all that scheduling, doing the stream, and then like working a day job, having a relationship with a child on the way, you know,
Yeah.
there's just there's like a lot of like, I'm doing a lot all the time, and that's fine
Yeah.
because I actually like it. There's some comfort in being like the American man. And I'm gonna say there's some comfort in being like the prototypical like heterosexual hardworking American man, because
the heteronormative
there's a comfortable
American
solace.
dream.
Yeah, there's a comfortable solace in it. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I could see that.
To being like, I'll acknowledge it as I am. You know, I'm
Yeah.
pretty standard, like whatever in that way. I'm pretty vanilla labeled.
See, I feel that urge calling to me in the night sometimes, and it's just like,
Well, it's just nice to know that, like, well, the other thing too is that when you work with other people who are in that same situation, there's like this comfortable, like, oh, we're all just gonna work till we die, right? And it's like, yep, that's cool. And it's like you kind of accept it and then embrace it, and then it's just like whatever.
wild.
See,
I
we're
know.
in this constant in between.
Corporatization has kind of fucked my brain. I'm
I
not
can
gonna
see
lie.
that.
I've done
Yeah.
it for 4.5 years, and it's not bad to have certain things about it. Like the real rigid structure and organization of things and the meticulous nature of it can actually be good for like staying organized in life and motivated, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also just like the bait and switch, if you will, of like say this, like acceptance of monotony. And like
Yeah.
and like and not in a monotony and like an acceptable thing way. Like I mean, like there's things that are blatantly monotonous, right? Like even
Yup.
doing dishes, folding your
God,
clothes,
I
Yeah.
fucking hate
like doing
dishes.
general life chores can be monotonous, and
I
they're
hate them.
right. It's rough sometimes, but I'm saying is that there's like acceptable monotony in the nature of things, and it's like how they should be, and then there's things that like shouldn't be monotonous that are, but because you're in this kind of environment, you come to accept it much more often.
Interesting. See,
yes.
suck
I don't
at
want to talk
monotony.
I don't want to talk about it openly right now. One
I
day,
suck at monotony.
one day, maybe not too long from now, I will be open to talking about some of that monotony and telling those stories. I got some stories, man.
I'm thinking about just quitting my job, buying a Buick Roadmaster, and traveling around the state with a typewriter.
I'm trying to get him to get like 5 girlfriends just so I can have some me time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and like, I mean, that could be hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like, oh yeah, well, see, you think I need 5 girlfriends. I think I need 2 girlfriends and 3 goons.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's a reasonable
Because like
number.
I have goons, and I
Yeah.
like one of my goons kind of washed out. He started asking too many questions about Anne Frank and saying too many mean things about trans people. And
Was
I'm
this
like,
Kanye
Okay.
West?
oh, he
Yeah,
thinks
well,
Kanye West is going to be murdered for telling the truth, so he's close enough.
Wait. Do you think Kanye is currently telling the truth?
I don't know. I haven't
Oh,
talked to this
no.
dude in a while. But, like,
yeah.
We've
You
had
talked
some-
to him post Alex Jones Infowars clips.
nope, because the last time I talked to him,
Those
he
were
was,
crazy.
He was saying mean things about trans people, and I was like, listen, I can make a
Yeah.
grimace joke, but that's awful what you're saying.
Yeah, it's one thing to make jokes about fictitious characters through concepts and making
Yeah.
light of social issues that
Yeah,
way.
I mean, especially
And then
since
there's like actually saying horrible things about people that do exist.
it's like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with you? Those are human
Yeah.
beings experiencing
Mhm.
something you're not experiencing. Have you no like ability to put yourself in their shoes, you little fascist? And he's like, and I'm like, you make me sick. You're the reason why nightclubs get shot up, you piece of shit.
Damn, that's
So he's not really a
brutal.
goon anymore.
mm.
Yeah, he was kind of washing out as a goon anyway. He was like, he didn't have good goon ideas. Like
Now,
goon-
what's your necessary feeling for the need for goons? Can you explain your need to have goons?
So,
Tabitha, as
he-
the chief
He
goonkeeper.
likes to outsource his labor.
Yeah, I hate
So,
doing
so
shit.
like the monotony, like you're talking about like, the dishes and the laundry and all of these things that like for a lot of people are just like
I literally
part
paid a
of
sex
life.
worker to do dishes one time. No, 4 times. And
yeah,
it was
like an
at a rate-
ongoing thing.
It was like $15 an hour. She's great. She like
Yeah.
in Alton, and she's like, "I'll suck your dick for $10." I'm like, "Well, how much for doing dishes for an hour and a half?"
Wow,
Yeah,
You paid her like $50 for like
Yeah.
an hour and a half of
Oh,
dishes.
definitely.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
I-
gang.
you paid
I
her
believe-
good money.
yeah. Her labor is worth something to me.
I mean, you should pay people for what they do, regardless of if it's sex or
Exactly.
regular labor.
Exactly. Sex work is real work, and like
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in that, but I was very interested in getting my dishes.
So to
done.
be clear, did you get your dick sucked?
no,
No.
Why?
No, absolutely
You just got your
not.
dishes done.
Yep.
no,
Good
yeah,
for you. Good
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yep.
Now your uncle, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, that's his business. We had a
Yeah.
freezer full of pecans. He liked to take things from trucks. Anyways,
Wild.
the room full of
goons.
exploded wine.
yeah, the exploded wine room was pretty fucked up. The strange toilet he claimed didn't
All
work,
right,
but
let's get on to
did.
these goons again, though.
Okay,
This is-
yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
cover
yeah,
this.
So
yeah.
goons.
It's interesting.
So essentially, Cory outsources all of his monotonous labor.
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
Okay, so that's the thing. There's super successful people who make enough money, right?
Mhm.
to where
Sometimes.
or a lot of money, or some other situation. I'm talking about YouTubers. I'm talking about people who literally have more value in their time being put doing something else
Okay.
Yeah.
than it is for them to do those things and pay someone else to do it,
Yeah.
which might be where you are at with some of the money, and that is fine.
I don't even know if that's where I'm at. A lot of times we don't even give them money.
I mean, like,
Sometimes we do. We make sure that they're taken care of.
I mean, hey, look, it is your arrangements to make.
Like I
Right,
bought
right.
one like the goon at our house right now, currently toiling. He asked us for a rare 7-string guitar that was getting bought off the market real fast. I sent you a link to it.
Sure.
And I was like, okay, well, we need a bathtub replaced and some mold removal done. And he does that kind of shit. So we were like, well, I'll buy this guitar and then you work it off. So
Okay.
now we have
Yeah.
this super cool guitar that if he doesn't work it off, we can sell it for more than we paid for it. So hell yeah, dude. And if we does work it off, then we get labor for cheaper than what would have happened if we would have paid someone else to do it.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I vibe with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I am someone who believes that if I am not capable of doing something,
Mhm.
then I am not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna do shit.
Well, I don't mean that.
Cory
yeah.
literally means he's not.
Oh,
gonna do
I
shit.
literally mean I'll do dishes to make you happy. I will cook food to make you happy.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Whatever the motivator is.
Yeah, I enjoy making Tabitha happy,
Mm.
as long as it's within reason.
Yeah.
But I
Pretty
don't like doing
reasonable.
things like cutting up boxes or
Yeah, I mean,
sorting things.
I get where you're at with the. I
But
don't
also
do
they
things
look-
I don't want to do.
They help me look
I just
tough.
do things I don't want to do all the time.
Yeah.
But that's because like I think it just makes me a better person for it.
Yeah, see, I'm fine with having a lax
Like not a better
character.
person than other people. It's a better person for what I'm
Yeah,
putting into
like,
myself by
yeah.
just doing things that make me not want to do things.
See, I like having a lax character. I like having like moral flexibility and just being like overall buffoonery and maybe a little lazy. That's fine with
Are
me.
you talking about yourself or a D&D character?
Oh, me.
Because it's like both.
I am a T&D character.
I
Somebody
get that. You
imagine
have
me.
big bard energy.
Mhm. Always.
Bard, and what else was it?
Wizard.
Bard, like a magic bard, like a chaos magic bard.
Well, I feel like so. Would
I'm
you
all charisma.
would you be
no
of the same
substance.
physical stature in game as you would?
Oh, absolutely.
So then, why are you not like using an axe to cast spells? Because I feel like that's kind of who you are.
I would do that. I
Yeah.
mean,
you'd be like a warrior monk who's also a
I like
bard.
making people forget how
So
big
it's
I
a
am.
stringed axe essentially.
Yeah.
It's all in one instrument that it can murder people with both blade and spell.
Yes.
I like blunt instruments too.
Okay,
Just like I want to club somebody. Like what's that called? A halberd? The spike ball. I just want to like drive that.
That's a
into
morning
tummy.
star.
Yeah.
A halberd's on the chain.
And I'm
no,
pretty sure they
halberd.
weren't
A
even
halberd is like a long
used.
pole axe kind of thing.
Oh.
It's like a long like staff with an axe kind of thing at the end or a
Yeah,
blade.
I'm not a like. I never shopped at the mall knife stores, so I am unaware of medieval.
I just played Fire
devices.
Emblem.
Oh,
I'm playing Fire Emblem now on stream too.
oh,
I'm
interesting.
a medieval nerd.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
a Ren Fair kid.
You are a Ren
I went
Fair
to
kid.
one Ren Fair when I was 14. It was very tight. I had the big foam sword afterward, the great sword size. It was
Nice.
sick. And then after that, it was just video games to introduce me to that, like Soul Calibur, and then Fire Emblem. was
I
a
play
big one.
Skyrim.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would do too many things to worship the Daedra if Skyrim was real.
Let's talk about a different game that you know you probably haven't played yet, but what do you have some thoughts on maybe about Pokemon?
Okay. So I have a lot of thoughts on the new Pokedex. I haven't played.
The new
I haven't played it yet.
Pokedex.
I haven't played
When you
it.
say that, you mean like the collection of the new Pokemon.
Yeah, I love this
Cool.
gen's Pokemon. It's my favorite gen actually since like probably Gen 2.
That's a wild statement.
It is. I really
That's a ridiculous statement.
I like the
I'm gonna contest that.
I like the Chinese like mythology legendaries. I like the
Very
Godzilla
cool.
ice type.
Yep.
I like the weird bread dog. I love the graveyard.
That
Love
Pokemon
that
is
thing.
banned in competitive play.
Yeah, because it's too cool. And then Tinkerton.
You mean because you can like as your last Pokemon throw it out and sweep teams.
Yep. I also love Tinkerton. Is that his name? Tinkerton. The thing that looks like if Tabitha had a hammer.
What is your favorite of the 3 starters?
That's easy.
Doesn't have to be the evolution. Can be the base form, whichever one you want to say.
Actually, I said it was easy, but it's not. First of all, I hate the duck. Fuck the duck and everything it stands
Quaxley.
for.
Yeah, Quaxley
Yeah.
can suck my duck dick.
Everything
Like,
it turns
I hate
into
that dude.
upsets me.
I mean, it's kind of okay. It's got a good typing. It's water fighting.
Yeah, it's still just.
It's one of
meh.
the best typings. That's one of the best typings categorically, like
Yeah.
ever.
I mean, that's why like Polyrath is way cooler though.
Keldeo.
Yeah, they're way cooler in that duck thing. But like, I like the cat, and
Tito. No.
I like the Fuecoco
Fui-
probably the most.
Fuecoco. I literally when Fuecoco came out, the first images came out. I typed. My reply was, "I will die for Fuecoco." All caps. I firmly believe that. So here's a fun question, and I've asked this before to my other co-hosts when they're
Uh-huh.
here. But let's ask you guys this because I think you have enough attachment to the brand.
Oh,
If
she
you
barely
were-
knows what Pokemon does.
That's
but
fine.
She'll try.
No. You'll still like this question.
All right.
If you were a person like in the Pokemon games or show, right, a character appearing in an episode, whatever, what would your like shtick be? I'll go first. Mine would be the crocodile guy. So I would have Fuecoco, I would have Totodile, and I would have Sandile, and I would have all their evolved forms. I'd be
Ooh.
like the Croc guy, and I'd be an Australian, like Crocky, check out me fucking Crocs, and then they would just come out and it'd be Pokemon battle with those.
I'd run a Ditto brothel.
Maybe have like all right, you're fucked up.
I just know that's the best way to make money,
it
dude.
speaks for itself. Okay.
Like,
Yep,
you
you know
make
that's what
so
it
much
needed.
money. It can transform into anything you ever want, dude. It's like a hollow deck that feels pain. Like you can make so much
Feels
money off
pain.
Ditto. Yeah,
man.
Ditto
All right.
brothel, man. That's
Tabitha, any thoughts?
I just have like all the dead things.
and the cute things.
Yeah, I'd just hang out. Like
You'd be a fairy ghost trainer.
yeah, like hanging out by a graveyard or something.
She would. Your graveyard would be your favorite Pokemon. She'd be the big graveyard dog.
Actually, my favorite is
Chandelure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that would make sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She loves that
Oh yeah, you'd
one.
be the weird ghost girl with a few fairies sprinkled in.
Yeah.
And like the psychic Gotharita.
yeah.
Yeah, I always like the dragon concept because Dragonite is my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Oh, that's a good one.
I will say that. I do have his little pop figure right there if you didn't see that. Right underneath DMX.
Oh.
Yeah, next to Spider-Man.
Yeah, Dragonite's great. I think my favorite is Mewtwo because I'm just such a basic.
You've always been that way though.
I love
as soon as
Mewtwo,
Mewtwo
so-
came out, you were just like in.
Yeah, no, like his whole concept of like, I cannot control the power of my existence, but I am here and you all have to deal with me.
He probably said the most prophetic thing said in the 1990s.
Which part?
He understood that the circumstances of one's birth does not like dictate the existence of their life.
Confirmation Mewtwo is a trans ally.
Yeah,
True.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's,
Which makes him cooler than all the other Pokemon because I don't know. I see some Pokemon.
Nah,
I'm like,
dude,
that
Dragonite
Pokemon-
is the gayest little dragons ever lived.
Oh no, there's obviously some gay Pokemon there. There's
Yeah.
some LGBTQ Pokemon
and that's
under that
very
umbrella.
cool. That's why I love. No, that's not why I love.
But there's also the homophobes like Salamence. You look at a
No.
Salamence and you tell me he
No.
doesn't say horrible things.
no, not the new Salamence.
Oh yeah, well the new Salamence is cool.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the ally version.
Yeah, like- And like I mean everybody loves Charizard, but you couldn't see Charizard being a little bigotry, you know what I'm saying?
Charizard X, but Charizard Y, the one that the black and blue one is
Yeah.
the cool one.
Yeah.
The one who turns
Charizard
into the
Y.
more Charizard, the Charizard Y, yeah, that one would be very much a bigot.
Yeah, that one would be insanely
That one's a
bigotry.
Kentucky like shotgun on porch, get off my lawn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That one's
I would say there's more gay Pokemon than like homophobic
oh
ones
by
though.
far.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's build this idea. So you said this generation is your most favorite since Gen 2. Gen 2 is first off not a good generation.
Oh, Espeon and Umbreon, dude.
That's
They're
all you've got?
Dunsparce.
Uh
Love that little
no,
critter.
Dunsparce.
Okay,
no,
I
no,
have
no, no.
issues with the Dunsparce,
I
but
do too.
I appreciate their effort.
No, Tyranitar is a great Pokemon too.
Uh-huh.
There's a
I
lot
like-
of-
like
there's a lot of
what's
hood
Gen 4
classics.
was cool. I did
Gen
like
4
Gen 4.
Gen 3 was actually good.
Gen 3 was all right. I liked their new direction. I like the concept of Gen 3. Like, it's grown on me over time, but it just took me in such a way.
Blaziken exists.
It went from the watercolored pretty shit
yeah.
to like a little more like Surge extreme kind of shit where
Yes,
I'm like,
sir. We were sipping on that.
yeah. So I'm like, that was cool. Like,
Yep.
I liked it. Like,
Gen 4
there's-
was insanely good.
Gen 4 had more of like the return to the vibe
Yep,
of
and
Gen
it had
1 and 2.
and it also had like some of the best Pokemon.
It did. I did
and then
appreciate
Gen 5
4.
completely spun everything on its head by having a region that was locked to only those Pokemon.
And those were cool. I like
and that
the
was
concept.
and that was good. And then Gen 6 was good. And then everything up until now was okay.
Gen 7 was the Alolan, right?
Yeah.
I have a weird affinity for the Ultra Beasts for no reason.
Those are so dumb.
The whole concept of just these alien interdimensional entities coming in to fuck with things like I
Yeah.
posted this weird status where it's like, man, I remember playing Pokemon whenever I was 10 and being like, oh shit, there's a Mew. And now it's like, okay, so there's a Philip K. Dick multiverse going on
Okay.
full of Eldritchian horrors.
Yes,
and
sir.
the Ultra Beasts open the door to the Eldritchian horrors. I'm like, wow, these things just come from nowhere and fuck everything up.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. Because it used to be like, oh no, is Clefairy an alien? And now it's like, dude, not only is Clefairy an alien, Deoxys is an alien, and these fucking Ultra Beasts just come and they just eat it all up, dude.
I mean, we've already like the Ultra Beasts are cool. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But we also just have like in Gen 4 we have like Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia.
Oh, those are great.
Like
I
being
did like those.
God and then space and time themselves.
Honestly, I've liked all the generations legendaries.
I think there's some room to work with on certain ones.
Like what? Like the Galar ones? Because those were stupid. I didn't
Gen
like the
7 and Gen
dogs.
8 ones were kind of rough.
I did not like the Tapu
Yeah.
Lele and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, those are whatever.
Eternatus is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I like the lion, the what's it called? Steel Leo.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Soligo.
Solego, yeah, that's the one. And the
Yeah,
bat.
Wyvern.
But like Yveltal and like Xerneas were cool as shit.
Eviltal was sick.
You like that one. It's the big doom bird. The
Oh,
one
yeah,
with the
yeah,
red
yeah,
wings and then
yeah.
the fairy.
That's like
deer.
one of my favorite legendaries of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's a Gen 6 was solid. Like I might like Gen 6 actually more than Gen 9, but like Gen 9's pretty cool.
So have you heard the news about the Pokemon anime?
Ash and Pikachu are leaving, so is
Yeah.
Jesse and James.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I told you about this.
So
Oh.
so Ash, most recently in the story, completed the 8th like generations region Galar by doing this thing called the Champions League, and it was essentially like the best 8 trainers in the world competing in a bracket style tournament where he had to beat Steven, who was Gen 3's leader, who was ranked number 3, Cynthia, Gen 4's Elite 4 leader, who was ranked number 2, and then Leon, rank 1. And he did it. There's actually a 13-minute video I like to reflect on during it because it cuts all of the talking out and it's just all of the battle. So it's like just super hype the entire time. Right?
Love that.
Yep. And it basically like it rose my suspicion that I think he was gonna retire essentially. Like it was probably time as the main
you
pro
got
tag.
after that.
I mean, do you? Because you have things like One Piece with Luffy and stuff.
See, she hasn't watched a lot of the Pokemon anime.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, last night we got real stoned and we started watching specifically the Orichalcos season of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, Waking the Dragons is sick.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
Well, we gotta talk about Yu-Gi-Oh now after this. Anyways, go on.
But yeah, so I think that I'm most hyped for Ash to finally become okay, so I want him to not be a deadbeat dad anymore.
You want him to grow up.
Like I want him to show up and be like, "Yo, what up, Pidgeot? Sorry, I just kind of left."
I was
you
thinking
here."
about that too. Like he's gonna go back to the ranch and be like, "It's time to be with all my Pokemon."
Yeah, and they're
And
gonna
that's like
they're
so
gonna kill
beautiful. No, they're not gonna kill him. They're probably gonna love him.
him. Well, yeah.
Also, Ash has a
Probably.
Gengar.
Oh yeah, I forgot
It's
about
critical
that.
to his success.
He's got a Gengar and a Dragonite.
He's got a Gengar, a Dragonite. He's got what's the one Ultra Beast he did have?
I don't know.
It's the one that's like a dragon Naganadel.
Oh, he had one of those.
He had a Naganadel in Gen 7.
That's the one that comes from like the little poi thing.
Yeah.
It's like supposedly a starter Pokemon in that dimension.
Yep, but then it evolves for him.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
It comes back actually. He has it as a Poi, and then it becomes back as a Naganadel,
Oh, that's wild.
and it like helps him. It's very cool.
See, I want him.
You know, I want to see Charizard get pissed that he didn't take him to the lead because it was also Leon's a Charizard trainer, so it was like
Oh.
Leon's Charizard was like a big fucking deal.
So he didn't bring his own Charizard.
Nah, bro, he ran a way better team though. He's smart for that.
What about like
He
what
had
about that?
Sturfetch'd. He had
What?
Gengar. Yeah,
He has a Surfetch.
Yes, sir.
It's the Farfetch that's a knight.
Yeah,
You know the duck with the onion.
Do you remember the
Yeah,
Farfetch'd he had a long, long time ago in Gen 1? For a very brief amount of time?
Yeah,
That's the Farfetch'd who came back and become his Surfetch'd.
that's fucked up.
That's fucking sick. After 20 years, he comes back and then it helps him win.
He's only 10 years old though.
I mean, after 10 weeks. I imagine Ash's adventures are very short.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how long does it take you to beat a Pokemon game after you get your hands on it the first time? Like a week and a half?
No,
Most? A
look,
week?
here's the deal. So I like the ROM hacks now,
Oh, yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
and I'm a completionist.
That's gross.
So I've been playing that Hoopa Unbound shit,
Okay.
and I almost have the full Pokedex, but then I got the update which has the Galarian Pokemon in it now. Which
okay.
Galarian Pokemon with fire red graphics is fucking sick. I love this shit.
Yeah, I do play a few ROM hacks on stream now and then.
Cause I got the electric Reggie thing,
Yeah.
Regia whatever,
Or Reggie something.
and I got the poison Slowbro.
Regielec is what it is.
Yeah, and I got a poison Slowbro, and
That's
like
cool.
I got the Galarian birds, and I'm like, shit, dude, these are sick.
I do like them Pokemon. Now
Like-
let's talk about what you said just a minute ago. Yu-Gi-Oh. You were
Yeah.
watching this recently.
Yeah, I was watching it last night.
Tabs,
Actually,
let's give your
Yeah.
opinion on this because Sam I started having her watch season 1 with me.
I barely remember anything from it. I really like the heavy medieval and Egyptian influences and stuff. That grabs
yeah.
my attention, but then after an episode or two I start to zone out.
you also
Yeah.
like Pegasus.
Yeah, Pegasus is a
Well,
vibe.
Pegasus is definitely an ally.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least
Pegasus
Pegasus
is queer.
is a non-binary.
Yeah,
as hell.
NB.
Oh yeah.
Definitely huge NB Pegasus
Yes,
energy. I
yes.
stand me in
NB
Pegasus.
poly.
Do you think that the reason why Pegasus is so dead set on bringing his wife back is because he wants to get pegged by her again?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's why he calls himself Pegasus.
Ah,
Like it's
shit.
in the name, dude.
Maximilian getting
He's
big.
just looking for the Millennium Plug.
Ooh.
The legendary 8th item.
You know, yeah, it's like you put it in your butt and you can see all through the sands of time.
So why did you choose Waking the Dragons?
I don't know. I just like that.
Canonically,
one.
one of the worst seasons. I also like the season too.
Oh, it's because
it's actually pretty bad.
I love the idea of Kaiba having to look at the brutal mercenary colonization of his capitalist pig father.
Okay.
I enjoy the complicated storyline of like this Atlantean like hyper beast just being like, we're gonna set the world right. And it's like, well, maybe you should. Like, what's Yugi actually doing? Like, what lives inside of him? A dark pharaoh that conjures monsters? Put that shit to bed. You need to go home, Yugi.
Incorrect, sir.
Yeah, and then like Darts could just summon the Leviathan and everything will get eaten up and we can do it all over better. I was also a Cyrus apologist, so
You're oh my god.
I love Giratina.
Okay,
I love the Shadow Realms and the Upside Down.
I mean, that shit's cool.
Yeah, just
How
like
do you feel about Stranger Things?
I liked it. I liked it enough.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
really
actually
liked
good.
I liked the
Whoa.
Eddie.
Oh yeah, Eddie
Yeah,
was
He was
great.
cool. That was fun.
Tragic hero, man.
Robert Englund in the last one was.
Oh, yeah, that
Robert
was amazing.
Vecna, that was fun. And
Yeah.
like I enjoy the fact that a whole new generation of kids gets to love running up that hill.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, I'm sick of all these kids knowing all the songs." It's like, "No, fuck you. It's great."
Yeah.
Dude, when the
pass it
Fleetwood
on.
Mac juice drinking skateboard guy popped off, I was so
Yes.
happy when that happened.
Incredible.
Yeah, he
He
got
was in
arrested
Res
recently.
Dogs.
Yeah, he was on. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, he got arrested for weed possession.
He got arrested in Res Dogs for weed possession.
Yeah, that's funny.
Have you seen Res Dogs?
No, no.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
Dude, so good.
Absolutely
Such a
have to watch it.
I got
Okay.
way into like modern like indigenous cultures after that and
Yeah, a
found this
lot of
cool
good
hip
rap.
hop. Yeah, Snotty Nose Res Kids.
So good.
Amazing.
I've
So
been
good.
cooking on Australian rap for a little bit.
Ooh.
I've been listening to like a lot of Australian music.
You heard Tricky Mac and Benny T?
No.
Oh man,
I've been listening to like King Gizzard and like
Oh, that's a good
psychedelic
one.
porn
Chads.
crumpets and like Amel and the Sniffers.
Oh,
Love
love
Amel
Amel
and
and
the
the
Sniffers.
Sniffers.
So
All
fucking
right.
good.
Yeah.
Courtney Barnett, that kind of shit.
Very cool.
I've been
Very
into
cool.
that. I've got the hipster tastes
All right.
from like 3 years ago. Hipster tastes, you know.
So just what they would call mainstream now.
Is it mainstream? Are the
Well,
chats
whatever they liked
mainstream?
3 years ago, they
I
would say.
mean, yeah,
I'm
King
on
Gizzard is
Smokos.
like,
Oh, the
Leave
chats.
me
The chats
alone.
are huge now.
yeah,
Really?
like the chats are popped off.
Well, because that was because of Reddit though.
Oh.
Reddit carried them.
Really?
Yeah. Listen to this was like they love the chats.
Oh, I mean, chats is
Word.
great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen them play that live like now
No.
Oh, it's
from
fun.
festival footage? It's like they play it like at like double or triple speed. They just play it super
Fun.
fast.
Love that.
Yeah, their songs are super fast nowadays.
I got really
Love
into
that.
60s psychedelic garage rock, so like I've been listening to like a lot of the Fugs.
I've been listening to a lot of Pantera again because of the comeback.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild that it's back. It's
That
wild
is-
that Pantera is playing music with two people that are the most vital, like deceased, but also like they're actually respectfully honoring them.
That's good. Didn't that dude do a Nazi salute or some shit?
Phil?
Yeah.
No, he elaborated on that in an
Okay.
interview. He's not a Nazi.
That's
People,
good.
some people are screaming white power. They thought he was screaming it. I don't think he was.
Oh.
But Phil's also had like his moments before. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's Southern rock dudes. You got to give them like a little bit of like space to be very problematic and still enjoy the music, I guess.
Yeah, dude, the riffs just fucking go so goddamn hard.
I mean, hey, I still listen to Brand New and I know that's trash. So
I'm a Taking Back Sunday guy, so get out of here.
Oh, lucky you. Yeah, your guy didn't do
Yeah,
the-
my people. Yeah, Jesse Lacey just got sad because our guy kissed another girl that he liked at a party when they didn't know. You know what I
I
mean?
thought he got sad because that 16-year-old didn't Skype him back immediately.
No, he was sad because that's a Deshaun Tander. That's Deshaun Tander. It's that whole record. No, this is the whole 7x7 versus like there's no I in team thing.
Okay.
I actually watched a video on this today.
Oh, well, so you're well versed in the,
Yeah, so basically, there actually is a clip
the New
from
Jersey beef,
Yeah, actually, they're Long Island.
Long Island beef.
Yeah, I'm just
Same
keeping
place.
it real.
Yeah.
Not really. Anyways, so
The other day I got yelled at for being like, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, same goddamn place.
so basically, there's like a long form video I watched, but the skinny of it is that like the bass player from Taking Back Sunday, who now since they're all like it was like a many different versions of that band for years, and then it was like the original lineup came back a couple years ago as like the band now, and the original bass player was just like, so Jesse Lacey liked a girl, and then whatever the guy's name is from Taking Back Sunday, I think it's John, he kissed that girl at that party because he liked her too and didn't know that Jesse Lacey didn't like it. Jesse Lacey got a song about it, wrote a song, and then he wrote another song back.
That's funny.
They also were all listening to a bunch of rap at the time.
Yeah.
So they were talking about how it was like funny that because they were both in on it essentially about how they should write diss tracks, so that way it creates a lot of attention and generates like popularity as we are talking about it right now.
I
Even
mean,
though
it
was
works.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still talk about it.
Everybody loves beef.
Your guy, my guy. It's like, no, they're both on the same side, really.
I don't
Other
wanna
than now,
claim
no one on the side of Jesse Lacey. Yeah, no one
as
does.
my
I
guy.
can't listen to. I
I'm
can't
a
listen to Brandon
Manchester
anymore.
Orchestra guy now. Andy
Oh,
Hall didn't
okay.
do anything terrible yet, right?
Yeah.
What about Kevin Devine? Is he bad? Because I like Kevin Devine. He actually did a split EP with John K. Sampson, who's like my favorite dude from the Weaker Thans.
Yeah.
Weaker
I
Thans
mean,
is my favorite band. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. They're great. They're Canadian. They're beautiful.
well, Weaker Thans are great.
Really? Do people like the Weaker Thans now? Because I know like Pup was all about the Weaker Thans. And then I watched.
I met Pup once. Pup was great.
Really?
Yeah, I met them, and I met Lee Corey Oswald once at Warped Tour.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Like, who is that guy who did bomb the music industry? Jeff Rosenstock?
Mhm.
I don't know.
He's real into Weaker Thans.
That's cool.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Folk punk.
Folk punk. You're a folk punker, and you got
Yeah.
shit on
Oh,
so
I
much
saw
for that.
I saw this
Oh,
list
yeah.
recently that was like the top 10 Midwest emo bands.
Oh, who's number one?
Modern baseball.
Makes sense.
Really?
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Okay, like of all time?
Yeah.
More than American football.
American football is number 2.
Okay, how did modern
Whoa,
baseball beat
yeah.
American football?
I think what you were misconceiving
Is
is
it
that
just popularity? Or?
let me put it this way. I think that American baseball is definitely like the prototype. But I think when it comes down to it, like, yes, there's a lot of polyrhythms and cool, like, that kind of songwriting.
Mhm.
But the songs that, like, were written for sports, but more so You're Gonna Miss It All, are, like,
Yeah.
those are pop songs
Mhm.
that are Midwest emo songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those tunes are unforgettable.
Yeah, like they do just.
But
grind
I
your
had
way
some
in.
I had some issues with it.
Where'd Cap and Jazz and like Braid fall on it? What about
Braid
Hum?
wasn't on it. Hum wasn't on it.
What the fuck?
I think Cap and Jazz made it somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But I one of my big issues is that like I didn't see like Marietta was pretty high up, and I was like not even.
What
for
about
me.
Slaughter Beach Dog?
Slaughter
like,
Beach Dog did make the list.
Okay, I was gonna say
Nice.
because like you said, modern baseball, and like I love Slaughter Beach.
Yeah,
Dog.
actually, it's
Yeah.
funny because like I think Slaughter
Dog.
Beach Dog was either like 8 or 9, and as soon as they said Slaughter Beach Dog, I was just like, dude, modern baseball though, so good. And
I
started,
love
like
modern
tangenting.
baseball.
I do
but
too.
Number one,
I think so.
like who like aren't they're from Pennsylvania? Is that even the Midwest?
It counts.
I guess
It's the
so.
same, like.
It's the industrial Midwest, you know. what I mean?
Okay, yeah, the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
The Rust Belt
Yeah,
emo.
the Rust Belt emo works.
So does that extend to like Nebraska?
It's
Because
also Philly Motown, baby. Motown.
Because like if it extends to Nebraska, like where did Cursive fall?
Well, here's my big one. They did not have
Bright Eyes.
tiny moving parts on there at all. And
Really?
I think Dylan Mathiasen is like the current king of like writing Midwest emo riffs.
What about Roswell Kid? Oh, they're from West Virginia, but that's like
What about-
basically.
I think Midwest
Uh,
emo can go to whatever thing as long as it fits the sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well,
for
then
me-
yeah.
Dads. What about Dads? They were on
Bro,
there, right?
Charmer should have been on there for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like Charmer a lot.
Yeah,
too.
they're like coming up with too. I
Yeah.
love their tone and I love their sound.
I
And
did-
it's
What about Mom Jeans?
Mom Jeans was pretty high up, and I was like,
Okay.
I think like
I
number
love
3 or 4, and I was like,
wholesome.
so like this is where I get into differentiation, right? Midwest emo versus like sparkle punk.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like Mobo and then Mom Jeans, right?
Yeah.
Of that like deviation. Because we all know that Mom Jeans did what they did. We know they stole that sound at the beginning. We know they ripped it straight off. There are songs that have been taken down because of it, you know. So if it's happened and they acknowledge that it's happened, then like whatever. But like I don't know. Like, what do you consider the quintessential Midwest emo? Is it American football?
No, it's Braid for me.
Okay.
Or Hum. I know that sounds weird. I'm
You're-
old.
Yeah.
No, it's
No.
not that weird.
Like if I'm going like Midwest emo, like are we talking like Carhartt jackets or the spirit of Midwest emo? Because those are
spirit.
two different
Because I
things.
feel like the
to me.
spirit is American football.
Yeah, American
yeah.
football or like even like American football, Braid, Cap and Jazz, Hum, which I believe are all Illinois bands.
Yeah, Cap and Jazz is.
Braid is.
There you
American
go.
football
Football.
is.
American football Champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The house is.
Been to the house.
Who hasn't?
Right.
I mean,
it's
if
a
you're-
rite of
if you're-
passage.
I feel like if you're like not that far away, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
only a couple hours. Like that's why I went. It was not
Yeah.
that far. It's a couple
Yeah.
hours.
I mean,
Some
one could
things.
argue Death Cab for Cutie even embraces Midwest emo.
Kanye
It's
West.
too indie.
It is too indie, but it all depends. Like if you listen to like We Have the Facts and We're Voting Yes,
Yeah, I had to have the conversation with someone like, what is emo and what is indie? And I was just like, that's such a nuance thing.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
hard to
Promise
explain.
Ring is where they kiss.
Yes.
The Promise
they
Ring?
smooch.
Yeah, Promise
smooch.
Ring, and then Maritime becomes emo or indie.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, so Promise Ring is indie and emo where they kiss. Same with
Well,
Super
the big
Chunk.
thing is a lot of these bands, like, they transition over time to different things and how they write.
Yeah.
So they don't always stay the same. They aren't always the exact same genre.
True, because I have listened to newer albums by older bands, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You know
What have you brought
Here was
to
a what
me?
the fuck is this moment. I saw Smashing Pumpkins
Oh,
last month,
oh,
2-hour show.
oh, God.
Marathon.
Yeah, it sounds like you had to trudge through it.
Yeah, honestly, I took my sister and her friend, and it was like a chaperone event. If it was up to me, I would have left.
Yeah, I can't think of a Smashing
Once they played
Pumpkins
Cherub
song I
Rock,
like.
dude, I was just like, all right, I'm good. And they played like, a few more. They play a lot. They have a lot of hits, actually.
They do, but like I can't think of a Smashing Pumpkins song I like that was released after 2002.
Yeah, they played some new songs at the end.
Mm.
Very spectacly. Billy Corgan did shred. I will say that. He's in his own Billy Corgan way. But
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Not my thing.
I couldn't. I don't. I can't.
I'm
imagine
glad
I'd
I
have a
saw
good time
them.
at
I will
that.
say that was like my number 9 out of like top 10 bands I would want to see before I die that I
See-
could see. Because
Yeah.
most of the ones that I want to see are ones that I'll never be able to.
See, like from the 90s, I think
I think ever, but I think obviously Nirvana's up there.
yeah, they're
Yeah, Nirvana with Cobain would be insane to see. Dimebag Darrell with Pantera would be insane to see for me. So that's what I'm saying. There's like so many bands I'd rather see with their original lineup, and that would like mean more to me. But like without it, I'm like, Street Mop.
See, I'd want to see the Foo Fighters, and you still
Seen
could,
'em.
and they're still good.
Seen them.
They're
2007.
just like the
Amazing.
most just good dad band. Just like,
you
oh,
converted
cool.
me to Dave Grohl.
What's a
I
bad?
did.
What's a bad dad band?
A bad like I don't know, like the obvious ones, like Trapped and Nickelback. Like, like
So
Yeah.
what is this about Gen Z?
liking Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that on the pod. We're gonna wrap it up then. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.